Hey, well, good Saturday morning to all my brothers and sisters out there. It's George Bunny, One Nation. Today, I'm just going to talk about this war we're in. The war with Iran is going to go on. It's going to get worse. There's no stopping it. There's nothing that Donald Trump or America can say right now that would stop this war. Because what he did, they set Iran up for like a Pearl Harbor type moment. They were in negotiations for a nuclear arms deal, and they led Iran on and on about this, that there was going to be a deal, that we were working on it. That's why Iran was so relaxed with Israel's attack, because they thought they were working on a deal that would bring peace or some stability, if not peace. That didn't happen. And it's been revealed that this plan has been in the making for over a year. So all the time he's negotiating with them about his peace plan and nuclear deal, it was never on the table. It was never on the table. Everybody realizes this now. Iran realizes it, but not just Iran. Russia, China, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Ethiopia, India. Anybody negotiating with America right now know that they're not reliable partners. So there's no way to end this war anytime soon, because we have no reliability. We are a very unstable partner. We are liars. Everything that we dish up, they have to assume is for something else, that it's not true, that it's not real. So this is what we're facing now. This is why the war is not going to end anytime soon. Another thing, for us in America, they're lying to us about why they're there. It's not about a nuclear deal. It's about the same regime change that we've been trying to enact with Iran since they got rid of the Shah of Iran, who was an American puppet for 20 years. From the time they changed that regime back in 1979, we have been battling to take over this country and take it back. And this should be a message to the African countries. You're talking about 45 years have passed, and they're still on the same mission. So you best believe in Africa, after 400 years, they're on the same mission with all the black people in Africa. They want your stuff. They want you to be puppets. They want you to keep delivering to them. Now let's get back to us in America. We've been played. Now our kids are going to go fight for these rich people for their spot. Your kids are going to go over there eventually, and it won't be too long, because the war is going to drag on for years. Iran, even though they're going up against America and Israel, and yes, it is America, because Donald Trump has taken full responsibility by claiming victory on his Truth Social site. This is a son of a bitch that can't shut up, can't keep his mouth closed. He saw that victory when Israel attacked. He only saw that, and he took full responsibility and credit for that away from the Israeli government. He claimed that. And now we own it. We're in. Everybody knows we were already in, because we've been supplying Israel with weapons to knock out all the Palestinians, to actually, some sort of, allegedly genocide, to take their space. So now what we're faced with, We are at war. At the same time, we are in a trade war. And we're fighting China and Russia, who between China, Russia, and North Korea control 80%. Now I'll take that back. They control 88% of the precious metals needed to make microchips, to make weapons, to make cars, to make phones, everything that's integral to computer parts, technology parts, anything related to technology, they have that. They control 88% of it. So these are the people we're fighting. So a long-term battle gets really bad. But the thing is, we as Americans, we're us, the masses, we're just pawns in this whole thing. And they're lying to us to make us support what they're doing. It is nothing good about invading a sovereign country because you disagree with their policies. They're their own country. What if Russia or China or Turkey, anybody start bombing us because they disagree with our policies? Do they have the right to do that? No. And we don't have the right to do that to them. And this is the biggest problem in America, because we are a war-mongering country from the beginning. Everything is war, from the Spanish-American War to the Revolutionary War to the War of 1812 to the Mexican-American War to the Civil War to the Korean War to the Vietnam War to the Iraq War to the Afghanistan War to the Ukraine War. And now we're in the Iranian War. And the thing you best believe, Russia, China, Brazil, India, South Africa, those are BRICS nations. Just like NATO has you attack one, you attack all, they are on the same type of thing. Russia is going to step in. China is going to step in. As we speak, they're shipping probably millions, not millions, but thousands of warheads, missiles, rockets, drones are heading to Iran right now. The offensive that we saw Iran, when they returned fire to Israel, that was their old weapons. They haven't gotten to the new stuff yet. All that was to test that Iron Dome thing that they got over there. They saw the weaknesses now. When they come with the new stuff, it's going to even be more devastating. But of course, Israel's going to respond because they have America's stuff. And America has convinced Israel that they could do whatever in the Middle East they wanted because they're doing it with our backing. Israel will be nothing in the Middle East without America. They're only a proxy country for what America can gain in the Middle East, what America can control in the Middle East. They have no power. If it was no America today, they would be screwed. Now, they have nuclear weapons because America supplies them with that. But what's going to happen? Nuclear weapons are generally a deterrent. As far as going head up in a conventional war, they can't win. Only thing that we have done is, with this sneak attack, this Pearl Harbor type attack on Iran, was convince other Middle East countries that they need to line up with Iran because America is very dangerous, very untrustworthy. So now Where we're at now is there's no going back. There's just no going back. So now we have this war, which is going to be bigger than what was going on in Palestine. We know by 100-fold. We have what we got in Ukraine. That war, we're maintaining that, which Ukraine is another proxy for American regime change. I mean, because, the thing is, we're convinced that Russia attacked Ukraine for no reason. This is what they tell us. This is what the press tells us. But let's think about this. The problem Russia had with Ukraine becoming part of NATO is because they didn't want American weapons and NATO weapons on their border. And you might think, oh, well, I mean, that is, what does that have to do with it? Well, what do you think the Cuban Missile Crisis was? Because we didn't want nuclear weapons in Cuba on our border. Nobody wants an adversary's weapons on their border. Nobody's going to accept that. We're not going to accept it. So why do we think Russia has to accept it? Because our country tells them and our politicians tell us that Russia's horrible. If they're that horrible, why are you guys always trading with them? Why are they in the United Nations? Save the bullshit, man. That's the biggest problem we have with our government. They are always lying to the people to get stuff done for the rich in this country. We fight wars for millionaires and billionaires. We spend $1 trillion on our military industrial complex to protect the resources around the world of the billionaires and politicians. Vietnam was about rubber. Think about that. Vietnam was about rubber. We fought that war for B.F. Goodrich. It had nothing to do with anything else because the same people that were in charge in Vietnam that we were fighting are the same people there now. The same people in Afghanistan or the same people that we fought are the same people in charge right now. Do you think that Donald Trump and the Republican Party gravitate toward Russia and Putin because they're so horrible and dangerous to us? No. It's only when they want to enact a strategy for regime change, for something that would benefit the millionaires and billionaires, that they feed us bullshit and that we go for because we're not in the mix. It's not our thing. We're not politicians. But every politician in Washington, Democrat, Republican, Independents, whatever, they all know the deal. They're all in line with the rich. They all take donations from billionaires and millionaires and corporations. They all do. We have a few that actually stand up, very few. The majority are in the pocket. And so right now, we find ourselves, just as the general masses, the people that are just trying to live, we find ourselves embroiled in a war that can be very, very detrimental to our well-being. And this what makes it even worse. I mentioned the trade wars. That's one thing. So we'll have that. But investors in America are investing elsewhere. We're not suitable for development anymore. This is not safe. Not just because of all the wars, but for the division in the country. And yes, we do have firm division in this country. We do. We are completely divided. I know, speaking as a black person, a black American, like I said, this is my country, but I don't feel like they're my nation out there. And I'm sure many black Americans feel that same way, the same way many Hispanic Americans feel that way. And white Americans just going with the flow because it's the status quo. That's as far as our divisions. And our trade is screwed up because we're nothing without trading with the rest of the world. That's the one thing. But on top of all that, let's talk about what's happening in our country. Let's talk about what's happening here. We're heading into hurricane season. That's one thing. We have all these tornadoes. On our West Coast, the Ring of Fire is on fire. It's on fire. Now, if we're looking at just a few hundred miles off the coast of Oregon, we have Cascadia. That is going to erupt. It's predicted to erupt this year. We have Mount Rainier that's showing signs of life. We have the McDermott, McDermott. Oh my God, what is it? And well, oh God, I can't even think of the name of it right now, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But anyway, we have bubbling up volcanic activity all throughout the West Coast, from Oregon to California. We don't know what's going to happen with us just internally, geographically. They're not even talking to us about that. We're not even aware of the amount of earthquakes and volcanic activity because we're too busy talking about Donald Trump's shit, his parade today, the way he's treating Hispanics, the way he's treating black people, the way he's doing the economy. We're dealing with all that, but we're faced with geographical problems that are going to probably harm a lot of people, and nobody's talking to us about that. You know, like I said, I think I said in another video, that Nottoway plantation fire, the other plantation fire in DC, those are only markers. Like I say, I'm a person who firmly believes in God and the spirit of the world, and we're all connected. It's like these trees and the sky behind me and the clouds. It's all connected. We're all the same spirit. We're all on the same planet. And the planet, like us, is alive. It moves. We have solar flares coming from the sun that's causing other types of plasma problems, electromagnetic problems. We're getting blackouts. This is going to be rough. This is a rough year, y'all. But if all I can say is get your soul right, get your heart right, find yourself, bury yourself in love for yourself, your family, for humanity. Find that peace in your heart and be ready to ride this out, because it's about to be 2025 is going to be much worse than what we're looking at now. Thanks to just what's going on in the world, and thanks to the totally bad leadership that we've had for years and years that have culminated in us re-electing a person that allowed hundreds of thousands of American lives to expire for his election campaign, for him only. You know, the world is facing a complete recession because of that one man and his tariffs. This man has never been successful. He's been propped up as successful. He's never been successful. Think about it, folks. If my dad or your dad left you $350 million, would you be a failure? If you became the president of the United States, would you be a failure? No, you wouldn't. But he is. Because he's a loser. He's a loser. The best thing that man could have did when he got drafted to the service was to go and learn how to be an American and learn how to love his country and learn how to love the people in this country. But he didn't. He stayed isolated. He's Richie Rich, gone bad.